here with Just Average Nelson, and welcome to my garage. Today I'm going to be washing our Mercedes SL550, and we just got this car not too long ago, and I need to give it a little deeper clean. So I did just kind of an initial wash, but I want to do something with a little bit more in-depth. Looks like it has like some water spots on it, so I'm going to see how we can address that. But thought giving it a really nice clean to start would be good. So we're going to use our Koch Chemie Active Foam. It is 9.5 on the pH scale. So it definitely is going to take some of the contaminants and such on the car off. And then I'm going to clean the wheels with the HJUL by Stjarnagloss. So again, this is also a color change wheel cleaner. Picked this one up and wanted to give it a try. This one also is color changing. It says leave it on the wheels for 1 to 2 minutes. You'll see the color change take effect. If there's any tar or anything, clean that off with the tar remover. And then I like that they do give you the suggestion, coat your wheel so that it is easier to clean on the next go round. So these are the two new products I'm going to use today. Other than that, I'm going to spray with my normal foam solution for a little lubrication for the wash. I still have some GFX, so I'll probably be using a little Koch Chemie GFX for the lubrication for the contact wash. And then I'll dry with my normal OG drying aid using my gauntlet and my FTW towel from Rag Company. So let's get this car washed. All right, as you would expect, it smells pretty gnarly, so always make sure you use PPE. Take care of yourself. If it can touch your skin, it can get inside your skin. These wheels, as you notice, they're not in the best of conditions. They probably could use some reconditioning, but definitely want to keep them nice and clean. These brake pads generate a lot of brake dust. So they got these big Mercedes-Benz calipers on here. So let me go ahead and spray it on, and let's see what we get. All right, so we'll let it sit for 1 to 2 minutes. Whew. And I don't know if you can see it, but it is turning purple. Here, let me bring you in. That's some pretty fast color reaction there. And these things are covered. Oh man. Whew. Again, it's the HJUL Color Change Wheel Cleaner by Stjarnagloss. It is made in the UK. Wow, that is some purple. And it does say to do it on a cool wheel. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it clean here. All right, you can see it actually did a pretty good job, and didn't even have my pressure washer on. Well, let's go fix that. There's the old Active 2.0. All right, let's give it a little more gusto here. So for just spraying that on, that's not too bad. This car's had about 600 miles or so since its last car wash. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed with what the results are so far. So let me do my regular process here. Get the wheels and tires cleaned up. My brake buster. See a little bit more of that coming through. I mean, it didn't do a bad job. The HJUL on its own. Get the brake calipers. Detail factory brush. And these are new Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, summer tires. And actually, I take that back. I think these are not the summer tires. They're Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, all seasons. So they had all the new little nubs on there. And let me tell you, those little eyelashes, or whatever you want to call them, they were long. Took a long time to chop those off. So I did dress these with Pan the Organizer's tire dressing, and I thought it was going to be a little too shiny for me at first, but I actually kind of like how it ended up coming out. And it seems to be doing pretty good on the protection. Give it a little prime here. Looks much better in there than it did. There we go. I think there's just some staining here. I don't know if that's ever gonna really come off. And like I said, I think I'll eventually get these refinished. They're nice enough, nice AMG Mercedes-Benz wheels. So I'll probably get those. Go ahead and take them in and get them finished, but not yet. All right, well, I'm going to clean the others, and then I'll come back and we'll foam the car down with some active foam and see if we can't get some more of the contamination off the paint. All right, the wheels are clean, and now I'm getting ready to mix the Koch Chemie active foam into my Griot's Boss foam cannon. I do have 900 milliliters of warm water in here. I'm going to put 100 milliliters of active foam. So measure it out, put that in. That'll give me, it said you can use this anywhere from undiluted to 10 to 1. So I guess I'll just be just a little bit better than that, since I'll be at 900 to 1. 9 to 1? 9 to 1. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this going. I already mixed this up beforehand, so always make sure you stir and mix your chemicals. And it's just over. Still just over. There we go. So I'll put that in again. I have warm water in there, so should help to break that down. Cap that. Doesn't smell bad. It smells like maybe like a sandalwood. Earthy. Definitely smells a little earthy, but not bad. All right, we hit 5 minutes, and it's time to wash this off. And when you think you got it all, you don't. But that will be good for now because we're going to spray some GFX on there. Oh. All right, so let's go this way. And let's do our GFX. All right, so I've got 100 milliliters of GFX. Let me put about 750 of warm water, and I'm going to keep this just a little bit shy. I'm not going to pour it all in there. I'm going to save some for the foam bucket. More. Stuff is nice and thick. There we go. And between what I have left in the bottle and that little bit right there, our bucket should be in good shape. So again, let's go back to the griots. And I think the internet has proven time and time again, you do not need to buy an expensive foam cannon, but I tell you what, they're nice. Have y'all pointed the wrong way? That'll look a little different. There you go. Looking a lot like Christmas. All right, so I'm going to fill up my wash buckets. I'm going to allow this to sit for a few minutes as well, and then I'm going to go ahead and start the contact wash. Almost a little perfume-ish. Or cologne-ish. Maybe cologne-ish is better. Rinse that. It's definitely nice having hot water readily available in the garage. All right. Put this on. Mix it up. And let's go ahead and foam it on. It does state on this package pretty specifically not to let it sit more than 5 minutes. So we'll get a timer going here, and we'll make sure we don't exceed that. Get this backside first. Got a little left. You don't want don't want to waste it. Probably, let's see, about 200. Yeah, probably could go 75, 750 next time. 75 milliliters, 750 milliliters, 10 to 1. All right, buckets are filled. Got my Incredipad. Gonna foam this up. With the GFX in the bucket. And let's get our contact wash going. Ooh. So slick. Kind of feeling the paint. Definitely feel like there's some contamination on there. I think the next wash maybe even now, a little decontamination towel. You know what? With the GFX, I can do it. Let's call an audible here. The perforated synthetic decontamination towel. Let's do it. So no pressure, using the slickness of the GFX. You can see if you can hear it. Definitely something on the surface. You know, maybe there's a little iron on there. Let me use the iron remover. Well, DIY detail iron remover here. So one spray on the surface, one on the towel, and you put it right on top, back and forth. Definitely feels better. Definitely feels better. The glass, you really hear it on the glass. Glass you can push a little harder. That's actually how I used to break these towels in. A little pressure on the glass. Oh yeah. You can totally hear a difference. Listen. Oh, mirror. A little bit more on there. Spread that around. Let that sit for a second. It is grabby. Look, you can see it stops almost right away. But let me do a quick little rinse. Rinse that. Send it over here to dry out a little bit. And go ahead and get that off. It's almost dry. There we go. A little bit lube back on there again. There we go, just enough to lube it back up. That worked out well. Pour the rest of this in my wash cannon. Set this here to clean up. Now I'll just do the regular wash. Now I'll just do the regular wash. Again. Windshield wipers are a little tricky on this one. They're also very expensive. So this car, the windshield wiper fluid shoots out of, I think it's like 200 drilled holes in the windshield wiper blades. So you can't just go buy, or I guess maybe you could go just buy regular windshield washer blades, or wiper blades. Don't forget under the mirror. But it wasn't really designed for it. It was maybe a little over-engineering. Not that Mercedes would ever be accused of over-engineering anything. So I think they're $200 for some windshield wiper blades. So luckily with us, the car's going to stay inside. So when I eventually do have to replace them, we'll be able to keep the car inside and try to prolong those. Generally, windshield wiper blades in Arizona don't last too long. car does have the, I think it's called Distronic, so it's the sensors behind the big emblem here. And what it does is it helps with like the cruise control and all that. So delivery, my favorite. All right. How are you? Good. Appreciate it. Need a photo? All right. You too. All right. Well, let's go ahead and rinse. Then we can dry.
I let it dwell for about 20-30 seconds and then go ahead and rinse off. It'll do the job. I find protection lasts over a few washes, but not anything that's permanent like a regular ceramic coating you'd find on your wheel. Now OG Drying Aid along with the gauntlet and F2W towel for the drying wipe. Here I'll work my way around the car, spraying the panel a few times with the drying aid, and then wiping with 1/8 of the gauntlet towel. As you know, folding them in fourths allows you to always have a clean, dry surface, and the FTW towel for a secondary wipe, just in case there's anything left. I find a wheeled chair allows me to get the sides more efficiently and ensure everything is nice and dry. Quick tip: wrap one of your drying towels over the side mirrors to catch any last minute drips as you're finishing drying your car. Thanks for watching this through. Really hope you enjoyed the video washing this Mercedes SL550. If you like what you saw and you want to follow any more new videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time in my garage.